Well, our prediction was officially wrong. Suns lose again, and in embarrassing fashion, in my opinion, to the Lakers. However, I'm standing 10 toes down, confident that if Devin Booker is there, the Suns win that game, and also most games in the future. But that doesn't change the fact, Sundo, that the Suns can win these games and could have won that game even without Booker. And there are a couple of glaring issues that we both think if the Suns could simply fix, even though it won't be simple, they can turn this season around early the way that the Suns did the first year with Chris Paul after starting out 8-8. Hit that like for us and tell us in the comments, though, what do you think the Suns specifically need to fix to get right?
Well, first things first, I think anybody, any sensible fan, NBA fan, Suns fan, whatever, will say, yes, we believe with Devin Booker, we can win these games. I mean, that's just obvious. But, you know, to your point, as you said, there are some things in these games without Devin Booker, or even with Devin Booker, that are 100% fixable. First off, I really want to talk about our lack of urgency on perimeter defense. That has come back to bite us in so many ways. I believe this issue crept up the first time when we played San Antonio, the first time around, where we had a lead, a pretty sizable lead. But then lo and behold, there was open three after open three after open three, wide open in the perimeter. And remember, if you do remember, Gabe, the Spurs came back and won that last minute in an embarrassing fashion, similar to the Lakers game. And so that issue crept in specifically in the fourth quarter, where I believe the collapse began for this game against the Lakers.
The Suns not closing out on the three-point shooters is driving me insane. I can't stand it. It seems like a simple fix, and I'm not sure if it's just energy. Do the guys not have enough wind to go and close out on some of these shots? Because it almost seems like they're just too tired to make the effort, or too stupid. And I highly doubt with the amount of veterans that we have that they're too stupid, but they aren't. And this is, like you said, brilliantly, I might add, it started with the Spurs that first game, and it's been a habit ever since.
To the point of them saying they're being tired, I don't think it's a tired thing. I think it is 100% a coaching and mindset thing, as is anything on the defensive side in basketball. You have to have a mindset that, hey, we're going to challenge every shot. We're going to challenge every three. And clearly it's not there. Now, I mentioned in our stream that you cannot turn that on. Like, once that is established, once that's embedded in the culture of your team, it's going to be there. I do think it is alarming that this team thinks somehow they can just continue to allow wide open threes and make up for it. They got to have the mindset of, we are going to challenge every shot, from Booker to Durant to Beal, all the way down to Nurk, all the way down to Goodwin, Okogie. Everybody's got to challenge those shots. If they don't, this is going to continue to be a problem. And that's why I say challenging the perimeter is an easy fix, because it's all mindset.
The Suns offense is turning the ball over way too much. I mean, the rate is just insane that they are giving the ball right back to the other team early in the shot clock without even getting an attempt at the rim. You and I disagree. I feel like Beal is good enough to be the point guard and handle the ball and get the ball to people. He's done an okay job so far, so you might end up being right in the end. But Jordan Goodwin hasn't been what we thought we were going to get, and I'm torn because running the offense through KD every single time on paper sounds like the right idea, but it's translating into a lot of turnovers because every defense we play does the exact same thing, Sundo. They let him take 2 dribbles and then they send a double or a triple team. He's forced to pass out of it. And a lot of times something bad happens in that situation.
Yeah, to your point about me not liking Beal being the main ball handler, I'm starting to come around to that. My point is, whenever we don't have Beal or Booker, who's going to be the guy that you trust to handle the ball? That's where my concerns come from. Gabe, I have a stat for you that I find alarming. We are a top 3 team in turning the ball over with 16.5 turnovers a game, Gabe. Do you know who's in front of us? The Utah Jazz and the Detroit Pistons. Both are ahead of us in turnovers, with Utah with 17.8 and Detroit with 16.8. Underneath us are the Clippers, the Magic, the Blazers, Spurs, Grizzlies, Raptors, just to name a few. Those are all, well, what we would consider not very, very competitive teams in the NBA, would you say?
Yeah, I 100% agree. And then the name that sticks out there to me is the Grizzlies on that putrid start to the season. How are we no better than them at protecting the ball?
Exactly. And so these turnovers are a problem, man. It's really comes down to that. It comes down to playing defense on the perimeter, right? Not giving wide open threes, and also not giving your opponent the chance to then get back at you with those threes off turnovers. Giving up second chance points is a big issue for this team. And so my point would be, I think these things are fixable. Play better defense on the perimeter. Stop giving the team the ball. It's just that simple. Those two things came back to bite us, specifically in the beginning of that fourth quarter against the Lakers in the first group play game for the in-season tournament. It's just that simple. Yes, we had a 14-point lead before half that we gave up. And yes, we gave up that last three-pointer before the fourth quarter that you didn't like. But at the end of the day, the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter were turnover to three, bad perimeter defense, Lakers go up, and that's all she wrote. And if you look at it from after that point, the Suns kept up with the Lakers bucket for the most part. But those first 4 minutes of turnovers and threes killed us. And that was the clear difference in the game. So I do believe these are fixable issues. And I know it stinks because it was the Lakers. I know Suns fans are going to be upset because we lost to the Lakers and LeBron James and that whole deal. And it stinks. But I want to remind everybody, that was in our live stream. Let's not overreact. These are all fixable things.
I agree. And I think that if Devin Booker is there, none of these issues look as magnified. But it would be so nice for the Suns to fix these problems before Devin Booker gets back so that we can just hit the ground running and have no issues, perhaps still winning the in-season tournament and getting a great playoff seed so we don't have to face Denver in Denver. Tell us what you guys think in the comments. Are we on the right track? We'll see you guys Sunday for the next live stream. We'll see you guys soon.